Hi, travel agents. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Cindy, and I'll be your host for today. So, we have a very exciting webinar today with Curaçao. And before we get started, I just want to go over some housekeeping rules. So, if you have any questions, please leave it in the Q&A box at the bottom, and then we'll get to it at the end of the webinar. And we also have an amazing prize today. So we have a 3-night stay for 2 people at the Curacao Resort. So make sure you stay all the way till the end of the webinar to be qualified. And then the winner will be reached out to next week through email, and we'll also announce it on our social media at Travel Week. With that being said, I'll let you introduce our presenter today. Her name is Sheila Botton. She is the Canadian Business Development Manager. Hi, Sheila. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing?
Hi, doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me,
Of
for
course.
having the Curacao Tourism Board here to present to you a little slice of Curacao.
Yeah, we're very excited to learn about this destination. So please go ahead and take it away.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to start by giving you a little presentation here. So we'll go slide by slide. There's some little videos here and there, just to get a taste of the different facets of the island. And then, of course, we're going to go into the segment we have with the sales and marketing, Carlos from Dreams Curacao Resort, who has generously, the Dreams has generously offered a prize of a few nights stay at the Dreams for one lucky winner. So we're going to go right ahead with the presentation. And then, of course, if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer afterwards. So here we go. So one of the first things you hear when you arrive in Curacao is Bonbini, which means welcome. And the right pronunciation for Curacao, a lot of people get stuck on this one. It's Curaçao, as you see here. And of course, this is a very famous spot to be taking the photo ops in the city. So knowing more about the actual location of Curacao, often it's asked. It's the last 3 islands before reaching South America, which consists of Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, the ABC Islands. So it's a Dutch Antilles, better known as the Dutch Caribbean. So coming in from North America, there's the flights coming in from Toronto, from Montreal. There's also flights coming in daily from Miami. So there's different routes to get to Curacao. So it's way here at the bottom before hitting South America. So a little facts about the island. It is the biggest of the 3 islands. Although biggest, it's still quite small with 171 square miles. So you can literally go from one end to the other in less than an hour and 45 minutes. So the average temperature is about, anywhere ranging between 79 to 82. Average temperature also between 80, 84. The languages widely spoken on the island are Dutch, English, Spanish, Papiamento. I'll tell you more about Papiamento during the presentation. And below the surface, you're looking at 70 plus dive spots along the island, and I'll show you that when we're going to look at the map. The highest point of the island is 1,230 feet at Mount Christoffel, which is a protected region of the island with mountains and beautiful scenic adventures as well. The capital, well known, is Willemstad, which is the UNESCO World Heritage of the island. We'll see more facts about that in the presentation. And the currency right now, actually, there's been a change. It's no longer called ANG, it's called SXCG Caribbean Guilder. So here is the map. So you can see on one side of the island, it is filled with hotels and dive spots. Along this coast is where you have the calm water, and on the other side is where you have the airport. It's non-habited because it is the rougher side of the island. So the island itself serves as a sort of reef, like a barrier to getting very calm water on the southern part of the island. So douchey is the common word that we use on the island to mean sweetheart. So even if you don't remember somebody's name, you just call them douchey. It's a sweet word that's commonly used. So here we are. We're going to enter the Willemstad, capital of Curaçao. This is a very famous postcard picture that is seen all over the place. This is called Handelskade. And the bridge that bridges one side of the harbor to the other is called the Swinging Old Lady, the Queen Emma Pontoon Bridge, the only one of the Caribbeans. So this bridge opens up sideways, and this is a natural harbor that allows the boats to come through. So it's a very beautiful, scenic area of the island. A lot of people love to sit along the water's edge and have an iced tea and just admire this beautiful, beautiful landscape. So here's a little video to get a real nice
Welcome to
feeling.
Santa Bay, the heartbeat of Curaçao's capital, Willemstad. This natural harbor connects two historic districts, Punda and Otrobanda. The Queen Amma Bridge is the only floating pontoon bridge in the Caribbean. Its nickname is the Swinging Old Lady. If you look up, you will see the Queen Juliana Bridge towering above. This is the highest bridge in the Caribbean. The historic city center of Willemstad is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The waterfront on the Punda side, known as Handelskade, is famous for its colorful Dutch colonial architecture, making it a must-see destination and a perfect spot for photos, drinks, and snacks. Originally called the Punt, which means the point in Dutch. The name of this neighborhood later evolved to Punda. Just a short walk behind the Handelskade, you will find Punda's famous floating market. Every day, Venezuelan traders dock their boats here to sell the freshest fruits and vegetables.
So that gives you a nice overview of the capital of Willemstad. And walking around this city, notice there are forts, so ancient forts that have been resurrected, turned into galleries and restaurants and boutiques on the inner courtyard. So the outer fortification remains the same, and it's just a very beautiful site on the island to visit. So along here with the Fort Amsterdam, so seen from aerial view, you can see the fort contours, and now it's used more like for offices, and you can visit the forts. It's a beautiful tour to have in the city. So knowing more a little about forts, there's some unused forts that are just scenic and others that are functional. Gives you a nice view of those ancient forts of the island. And as you wander through the city and continue down, you reach a district called Pietermaaie. Once upon a time, it was homes to Dutch families, and they were left abandoned for many years until they were transformed into boutique hotels and restaurants. So you'll see a lot of this colorful architecture around town. This is more on the side of Charloux. So all these walking tours allow visitors to see the murals that are painted in the streets, and all these little narrow streets, alleyways take you into a really nice experience as well
Welcome to Scarlo
of
and
local
Pietermaaie,
artists.
two neighborhoods where Curaçao's rich history meets modern energy. Take a tour through Scarlo and check out these beautiful mansions and striking street art. Pietermaaie was named after the ship captain Peter de May, who settled here in the late 17th century. This neighborhood is known for its diverse dining scene. You'll find trendy hotspots, intimate bistros, and delicious street food. Art lovers will find inspiration at Zanolino Art Gallery, run by local artist Giovanni Zanolino. As the sun sets, determine night style. From the new strut to the pen strut, it's the ideal place to enjoy a night out in style.
So indeed, there's a lot of atmosphere. So during the day, like I said, the walking tours available, whether they're in Outra Banda, which is on the other side of Punda, the Charlu that we just saw, beautiful districts with a lot of culture, a lot of history. So there's so much to see on the daily. So, of course, people coming down want to know the history and the culture and all of that, but need to get to the beach at some point. So, here we have something very unique on the island where the beaches here are not just like long stretches of beaches, but they're little inlets, they're bocas. So, you have some of the longer beaches and very secluded small beaches, so they can be local with snack bars, or they can be a little bit more elaborate with actual full restaurants and even shopping experience. So here, for example, is Playa Lagoon, tiny little cove here, and as you can see, very easy, clear water to snorkel. So that's a whole other experience to have for divers and snorkelers. They can access very easily to the shore dive experience. So this what makes it very unique in Curacao because you have over 35 beaches that are accessible for snorkeling and for diving. So here's another one, more out in the West Point area. So the backdrop, as you can see, as we go more towards the west of the island, is rolling hills and mountains. And there's all these little roads that lead out to several different beaches towards the west of the island. This is a popular beach called Porto Marie, often visited because people ask about this quite often, about the beach, the pigs at the beach. So often they'll come and visit. So there's on the left-hand side of this beach, there's a full service bar and restaurant. It's a really, really beautiful atmosphere on the island. So here's another beach, just gives you a sense of the types of beaches. And there's one that's more animated as well. There's a couple animated beaches on the island. This one is Mambo Beach. There's another one towards the east on the island that's called Yantil. So these are full service beaches with a lot more activity, many restaurants along the beach as well. And it's a full day at the beach, whether you're shopping, diving, doing some water sports, or visiting the Sea Aquarium Park, which is at Mambo Beach as well. There's a lot to do. So the scuba diving experience on the island is very unique because it allows you to dive from the shore and also by boat. And there's over 70 dive sites. And of course, we get to other activities as well. So here's the idea of just strolling into the water to shore dive. Um, some of the um, some of the reefs are very accessible, as well as this one is um, a shipwreck called Tugboat. It's accessible by dive, by snorkel, even by free diving. It is not that deep to access. Of course, there's a lot of night diving experience, and there's a restructuring of corals. There's a lot of education about growing new coral on the island, so that this is an incredible program that's been going on for over 10 years. And of course, we get to culinary experience of the island, which is by far top experience to have, whether you want to eat local. There's local restaurants where you can have the real experience of dining this style with the plantain and the goat meat and the fried rice. And you can also have more of a fine dining experience while you're having your delicious Cuban soup you're looking over to Handelsgade on the other side of the harbor. You could be dining on the beach, feet in the sand. So you've got the whole local experience to have, and anything and everything in between, till we get to the luxury dining as well. Fine dining experience, many of those to have on the island as well. And there's a lot of atmosphere. So this is at Mambo Beach, actually, very animated. There's happy hours and all kinds of really groovy vibe from one restaurant to the other. There's some little nightclubs as well, and there's also shopping experience to have on a boardwalk. So that's a very beautiful spot for the day. So nighttime, there's a lot of new places that have been developed in the last few years. This is the Kurulanda once upon a time boutique hotel that's been transformed into an eating area courtyard with many restaurants, a lot of atmosphere, boutiques and all of that. So it's really beautiful, especially Thursday nights. Every night, every Thursday night in Curacao is Punda Vibes with fireworks at 8:15 on the dot. Brings in a lot of music and local talent to the city, to the town. And of course, people have heard about blue Curacao liqueur, and this is a little bit more about the origins of this blue Curacao, which originates from Lahara orange peels that the essential oils are subtracted from it to create the liqueur that is actually not blue, but it's colored blue in different colors as well. But the original color is more of a light brown. So it's a very popular drink, and it is actually made here in Curacao, and you can visit the whole process and have a tour, which is very animated at Shobolobo. And we continue. So with activities and attractions all over the island, like I mentioned, there's Mount
Curacao is a
Christoffel.
nature lover's paradise, boasting unparalleled landscapes, teeming with rich biodiversity both on shore and beneath its pristine coastal waters. Behind me is Cristobal Bear, the highest peak on the island. Climbing it is an adventure, and the panoramic views at the top are absolutely stunning. Just a tip, start before 9 a.m. to avoid the midday heat. Chitaboca is a spectacular national park on the rough northwestern coast. This is nature in its rawest form. Watch powerful waves crash against the cliffs. Close to Santa Cruz is Huffy Mango, a peaceful nature retreat famous for its ancient mango tree forest and breathtaking views. Take the stairway to heaven and discover a striking monument created by local artist Giovanni Abad.
So on this little island, there's so much to do. There's a lot of museums, a lot of culture, a lot of history. So one of the museums to visit is the Slave Museum, the Curacao Slave Museum. So with artifacts of a past less favored back into the 1700s when there was slavery, and Tula, freedom fighter, freed the slaves, and there is many artifacts and museums on the island to visit. Old land houses where they've kept everything in place, that you can visit. So this is part of the experience as well. There's a very old synagogue on the island, dating back to the early 1600s with sand floors. It has an extended museum that has just been inaugurated this year with the Anne Frank Museum and World War II Museum as well. Very unique to Curacao. And of course, there's all these amazing tours to have with ATV, whether you're going to the east of the island or the west of the island. You can even access all the way here to Chetiboca with an ATV tour, safari tour, or bus tour, or just rent a car and get there on your own. And this is the northern part of the island that's quite rough, but it is magical. It's a must see. There's caves with stalagmites and stalactites and bat caves. and really splendid. So of course, you want to visit the underwater world. There's different ways, like I said before, snorkeling and diving, but there's all kinds of really fun activities now offered on the island. This is kind of new to the island as well. So this is happening, and there's also the paragliding, parasailing. The golf experience on the island is quite unique. There's two very beautiful golf courses, one that's 10 minutes away from the airport at Blue Bay and Beach Golf Resort, and the other one at Santa Barbara Plantation, close to Sandals Resort. So there's like over 18 holes, and the coastal views are incredible. So this is the pristine crystal waters of Curacao. There's kayaking also through the mangroves, which is a beautiful experience, very calming and connected to nature. And here we have the Crisafel National Park. When you get to the top of that mountain, the view is absolutely spectacular. So, of course, now flying to Curacao and knowing more about the hotels, there's a lot of new developments on the island just in the last 10 years. It's been booming with more resorts, all-inclusive resorts, boutique hotels, Airbnbs, and all of that, villas to be rented, etc., for the ones that have more of a long stay inquiry. So the airlines coming into Curacao come direct with Air Canada. And so from Montreal and from Toronto. So seasonal flights for Montreal start end of October right through the end of April, with Toronto flight is a nonstop all year round. Except there's twice a year, starting in October, it's twice a week flights coming out, whereas now off season it's once a week. Then, of course, you've got the American Airlines that takes you there every day through Miami. So there is that stop, but it's a daily flight, basically, to Miami and to Curacao. And as we enter Curacao Airport, we know that there's constantly developments happening at the airport, expansions to greet more guests. As the number of guests are growing, so are the flights. The partners with other international flights and Caribbean flights and coming in through Canada are also growing. So there's a lot of that being looked into. So here we have more airline partners growing, new gateways, and also increased frequencies with Air Canada as well, as we doubled up on flights in the last couple years. So as we're talking about the expansion, they're growing the e-gates so that we have like easier entry, easier exits as well. Expansion to the airport is still in the works. So we see growth. This is what we've been noticing in the last 2 years is amazing growth in tourism to the island. So more flights means more visitors. So if you want some more information, of course, you can always go to the website or contact me directly to get more details. So we're going to go right into stopping the share here. Are we all here? Hello? Sorry, I don't hear you.
Hello, Sheila. How are you?
Ah,
Hello,
there we
everyone.
go. We're here. Awesome. Great. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear
Okay,
you
good.
super good.
Awesome.
Perfect. So,
Awesome. So here we have Juan Carlos from Dreams Resort, who's going to tell you more about the prize.
perfect. So, first of all, I just want to thank Sheila, CTV, and Travelweek for this wonderful opportunity to show you our beautiful properties of Curacao. My name is Juan Carlos Ramirez. I'm the Associate Director of Sales For Dreams, Sunscape, and Zoetric Curaçao. So basically, Hyatt Inclusive Collection in Curaçao. And today I will be presenting you our beautiful Hotel of Dreams Curaçao with our new adults only section, which is called Il Mare. So please let me welcome you to the beautiful Curaçao. So first of all, let's start with Dreams. So basically, Dreams is our luxury hotel for families that we have on the island. So at Dreams, we have 249 rooms, in which actually 197 are from the family side. And then as well, we have 52 more new bungalows that I will show you later on the presentation. As well, we have 7 bars and we have 4 lounges. So basically at Dreams Curaçao, you'll find activities for the whole family. We have a kids club, which is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., in which the parents can leave the kids so they can do activities. Our team will make sure that the kids get to have lunch, to have breakfast if they're there at 9 a.m. And as well, they do plenty of activities with them so they can enjoy themselves, and so the parents can enjoy themselves as well, because, you know, sometimes it's necessary as well for the parents to have their own time. Then as well, we offer a teenagers club. So for the teenagers, we have activities the whole day. We have a teenagers club, which is called Corazon, in which you can do activities like pool. We have Xbox, we have PlayStation, and as well, through the animation crew, we have a lot of activities for them. And as well, of course, on the areas on the pool, we do activities the whole day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So basically, if you have clients that they want to enjoy a great family hotel, which is located right oceanfront in one of the most beautiful beaches of Curaçao, I think there's no better option than Dreams Curaçao. So actually, right now, I'm just going to show you some pictures so you can get to know our beautiful property. This right now, it's our main pool, which is actually an infinity pool. And on this section of Dreams, actually, we have kind of like hills on the background. So it gives you a pretty unique picture of the island. Right now as well, here on the screen, you'll find one of our rooms. This one is a deluxe room, ocean view. So basically, the deluxe room, we have 2 main categories. We have island view and we have ocean view. They're basically the same. The only thing that changes is the orientation. So the island views are facing the island part of the island of Curaçao, and then the ocean front, of course, is looking up front. And now as well, here we have some information of the hotel. So basically, we have 3 sparkling swimming pools, in which all of them are infinity pools. So you'll be able to enjoy the beautiful blue ocean of Curaçao. And as well, we offer 7 dining options for our clients. We have our world-class diving center, which is actually done through PADI. And with them, you can do free snorkeling, which I always encourage everyone. If you come to Curaçao, you have to do a snorkeling, which that one is included. And then if you want to be more pro, please go ahead and do scuba diving, because Curaçao is one of the best destinations in the world to do scuba diving. So please, I encourage everyone, whenever you come to Curaçao, you have to do it. That's a must do from an almost local here. Then as well, we have a beautiful gym with spa. Actually, the gym is right ocean front. So again, if you have clients that they want to have a good motivation to work out, I think there's not a better one than training oceanfront. As well, we have a lot of wedding venues, as well as for groups and for mice groups as well. So now it will depend on the clients, but we have facilities for all kind of individual clients, as well as groups and mice. And within the hotel, we have a large casino, which has 2 bars, and in which you'll find all kind of games. They have bingo, they have poker, they have blackjack, they have roulette. So for clients that are seeking a hotel with a casino, Dreams have it right on the property. Now here I have some beautiful pictures of our cuisine, which is really, really good, and you have to come to try it out. And then as well, I have a nice video that I'm going to show you so you can get to discover Dreams Curaçao. So please, welcome to Dreams. So as you can see, it's a beautiful property. The beach here, even though it's not the largest one, it's amazing. So it's great for swimming. And now we're going to move to Il Mare. So let me take you to the future. So basically on this picture, you'll find Dreams main building, which is the family section. And right next to it, you'll find these white bungalows that we call them. They look like pods, but we call them bungalows, which is our new adults only section, which is named Il Mare Adults Only Preferred Club. We just opened it on December of last year. So please, let me show you a nice sneak peek of this beautiful property. Here, first of all, I want to show you the map so you can see how are the distances in between the properties. So basically, the image on the left, you will find Dreams main building on brown here. And then all these white squares that you'll find here, it's Il Mare. So basically, walking from Dreams family section to Il Mare is just like a 2-minute walk. So everything is pretty well connected. And within these two properties, right up front, we have Zoetry as well. So for clients that they would like to stay at Zoetry, they can always go to Dreams and Il Mare, and it's just like a 3-minute drive on the golf cart. So everything is pretty well located. Everything is close. And we're basically kind of like a tiny complex. So we have 3 hotels within the proximity of the properties. Now, what do we have at Il Mare? So basically we have 52 rooms, which all of them are bungalows. 50 of them are the same room category. And then we have 2 of them that they're called premium. Let me be honest with you, all of them are as good as the regular and premium. So just choose the one that you prefer. But I can guarantee you that you will love them all. And actually, right now I have a video that I'm going to show you so you can get in love with the property. All of the rooms in here are Preferred Club. So all of them, they come with Preferred Club amenities. We have a beautiful Mediterranean restaurant, which is called Batellino. We have an infinity pool, which is amazing, that I'll show you right now with some pictures, in which we have bar service as well. And one key thing about Il Mare is that we offer butler service 24 hours. So for clients that they want to experience a more luxurious experience, I would say Il Mare is the perfect option for them, because the butlers will take care of everything before their arrival, during their arrival, and as well at the moment of the checkout. So basically, the only thing that you have to do is come to the resort, and the rest we will take care of that. And as well, customer experience, which is called push text. So basically, the butlers will send an email to the guests before they arrive, so we can make sure that everything is prepared in regards of their, let's say, food restrictions, if they're celebrating something, if they want some amenities, we'll do everything in advance. So once they arrive to the property, they can have everything ready to enjoy. Now, here I have a beautiful picture of the room, which is actually my background that you're seeing there. It's really nice. And as you see it on the picture, it's even better in person. So please, just let me know and we will be waiting for you so you can try it out. Now as well, some pictures of Il Mare, which as you can see, is really photogenic. So if you have a client that they are influencers or they want to take some good pictures, Il Mare is one great option for them. And as well, here we have some pictures of what can you do when you're staying at Il Mare with friends. So basically, we have a lot of locations in which family groups or friends groups they can enjoy. So we can do dinners right outside of the rooms facing the ocean. We have cabanas in which we can do cabana packages so the guests can enjoy. We have plenty of activities for everyone. We have snorkeling, we have the beautiful bar, and as well, we can do private bar experiences with our team. Now, some aerial pictures of Il Mare so you can see how they actually look from above. And as you can see, there are like tiny houses. So if you have clients that they're seeking for privacy, because let's say they're celebrating anniversary or their honeymoon, I think there's no better place at Curaçao than Il Mare, because it's literally your own tiny house right oceanfront. Now as well, here's some of the dining locations. So we have Batellino on the right, which is a Mediterranean restaurant. We have Blue, which is our main bar for the hotel. And as well, we have some beautiful setups that we can do for romantic dinners. Either on this beautiful place, which is called Sunset Rock, which is literally located right on the edge of the hotel. So you can enjoy the beautiful pictures of Curaçao, the beautiful views of Curaçao. And as well, we can do it right in front of the rooms so you can enjoy. And here down, you'll find the beautiful pool, which is an infinity pool. And actually, I will show it to you better on this picture. So as you can see, literally, you don't see any transition from the pool to the ocean because it's the same color. So once you're on the pool, you feel like if you were going directly into the ocean because the color is the same. And what I can tell you about the ocean from here, it's mind-blowing. Now, important, by hearing the name of Il Mare, it sounds like it's like an individual hotel, but actually it's a room category within Dreams. So whenever you want to book Il Mare, please just find it up on the inventory of Dreams Curaçao, and you'll find it as Preferred Club Mare Beachfront Bungalow King. So that's the room category, and then it's just like a reminder that it's within Dreams. So please do not find it as or do not search it as Il Mare because you will not be able to find it. Because it's kind of confusing by the name. But again, it's just the adults only section of dreams. And now I have a beautiful video that I will show you so you can experience it by yourself. So please, welcome to Il Mare. As you can see, I'm smiling because I'm in love with this property. So whenever you want to try it out, please just let us know, and it will be a pleasure for us to have you here. And now, lastly, I just have a picture of the scuba diving because, again, as Sheila mentioned it, I don't think there's a better place in the world to do scuba diving or snorkeling than Curacao. So please, if you come down, or for your clients, it's a must do because it's wonderful. And well, Sheila mentioned you that we were going to have a gift and a special gift for you. So actually, we're going to give a gift certificate for 3 nights for 2 adults at Dreams Curaçao. So you can actually get to come down and experience this beautiful property that we have on this beautiful island of the Caribbean. So we'll make sure to announce who is the winner. Sheila will take care of that, right, Sheila? And we'll make sure to contact you directly so you can come down with us, and I'll be waiting for you over here. And well, that's basically all from my part. Thank you, everyone, for your time. Thank you, Sheila.
Thank you, Juan Carlos, for that
it's a pleasure. No,
presentation.
It's truly a pleasure. Let me stop my screen.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. So I'm here to answer any questions you may have. I know there's a lot to say in this condensed time we have together. I can go on and on about Curacao in details. So if there's anything any of you have like questions, I'm here to answer.
Yeah, thank you both for that presentation. Definitely looks like an amazing destination to visit. I'm gonna look into it myself as well.
We scratched the surface, honestly, because I talked a little bit about the west part of the island. I didn't even get into the east all that much. I mentioned maybe the golf out at Santa Barbara Plantation, but there's like an aloe vera farm. There's an ostrich farm. There's beautiful, beautiful scenics on that side as well, and a lot of culture. Like I mentioned, on this island, you can do all these little pit stops and visit historical sites, and it's absolutely mind-blowing.
Awesome. Well, perfect segue into the question. So we have Raquel here. She wants to know, is it possible to visit multiple islands in one trip by ferry?
Yes, absolutely. So that's a question that comes up a lot. And of course, if you end up in Curacao, you'd like to just jump over to Aruba and jump over to Bonaire. But I'll tell you something from my own personal experience and from those I've had the discussions with. Curacao has a lot more to offer in terms of culture, history, sightseeing. So, of course, Bonaire is a more chill, relaxed, smaller island. Aruba is more Americanized, so you'll find a little more touristy in that sense. It's like a little mini Miami, kind of one long stretch of beach. So you don't have a real snorkel experience because when you're on a long stretch, you don't have all these reefs happening. So you don't have the same experience. For shore diving, goes to say the same thing. So Bonaire is also well known for diving. So yes, I would encourage those who are seeking to visit all 3 islands or maybe 2 islands, go island hopping, to just stay longer time in Curacao and make a shorter visit to Bonaire and a shorter visit to Aruba. You
Awesome.
won't get bored in Curacao, that's for sure.
All right, awesome. Well, Summer here wants to know, when is peak season and when is low season?
So all year round, the weather's beautiful, but of course, Curacao is out of the hurricane belt. So what we do get is a little more of a rainy season. So anywhere between September to like end of November, you'll have more rain. However, it's kind of like that rain that comes in and then the sun comes out. So yeah, it's a little bit of that contrast, but through the year, it's sunny. It's sunny and beautiful. So the drier part of the season is anywhere from, January to June, I would say is a drier season.
Awesome. All right, let's see. We have Jacqueline here, wants to know what is the maximum number in the largest accommodation for families?
So if families are looking more for an all-inclusive experience, then you have different budgets. So you have all-inclusive like Sunscape that's been around on the island is actually the first all-inclusive of Curacao. So you'll have more of a budget-friendly and it's very family-oriented. So there's like the kids club and all of that. So it can host a large number of large families. So you have like bungalow styles, and then you have the hotel rooms. So you have a variation of stays. Then you've got the Corendon, which is a newer all-inclusive as well, that has a fantastic water park for kids. So you have the toddler water park, and then you have the teenager water park, and that also has a huge accommodation for large number of families, connecting rooms and that type of thing. Then, of course, you've got the Dreams. You have the Sandals. That's more of an adult resort as well. Like that's an adult friendly, all-inclusive. And also, you've got more of the tailor-made type of experience. For example, the Marriott, you can take the breakfast package and free yourself for the rest of the day to go and explore and eat out and discover the island, because that's the beauty about Curacao that sets it apart from most other islands. I won't say all, but most, that you can go out at night and feel safe. So you can really experience the town and eating out and going to a bar and coming back a little later at night and driving and all of that. So it has that feature that allows you to explore, not stay, rather than staying in your resort and having the buffet every night, right? So you want to kind of go out and discover that. So in terms of accommodation, there's large amount of accommodation for families, for larger groups, if that answers your question.
Yeah, lots of
Yes.
options. So that's
There are
great.
lots of options. And of course, there's the villas that are now getting rented also for families. So longer stays or even shorter stays, through all the different platforms there are now to rent for a weekly stay.
Great. All right, so we have Diane here. She wants to know, do you know how far the Dream Resort is from downtown?
Oh, it's a 10-minute drive, not
Oh,
even. Like
perfect.
not even. And there's never traffic. From Dreams to Willemstad, there's never traffic. So like 8 minutes maybe, right? Am I right, Juan Carlos?
Yeah, I would say 10 it's a lot. I would say 7, 8.
Seven,
Yeah.
anywhere between 7 and 9.
Yeah, something in between, but it's super
Yeah.
super close by.
And people walk it as well, just to
Mhm.
mention. There is a corridor. So what's beautiful about the connection there is from Pisca, where Dreams is located is as Piscadera Bay, right? So from that, there's a corridor that you can take. It's actually gorgeous because it's right along the water. So you can go all the way into town by foot, by bicycle if you'd like, or you could take it from the main street as well, right? Because there's a large sidewalk there as well. So you have two other ways to go. If you don't want to take the car, you can walk it, but you go early,
Yeah,
not to be
that's true.
caught in the midday in the heat, and maybe take the taxi back, right? But at least to have the experience of walking into town is quite nice, I'd say.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, another question here. The agent wants to know, is transportation included from the airport to the resort?
Unfortunately, for the case of Dreams, no. But we have partners that offer like amazing services. So if you want a contact, we can do it through Amstar, which is in the case of Dreams, our DMC. But as well, there's a lot of local the DMCs that they do amazing jobs. So that will depend on the agent or the clients, but for sure, we have plenty of options in Curacao for them to have an easy move from the airport to the hotel.
Awesome. All right, Jasper here wants to know, Sheila, if there's American travelers, should Jasper contact you, or is there a US BDM they should contact?
That there is a US contact. I can send it over to you. His name is Gavin. So, and there's also Kadesha. So I'm going to send you both contacts. I mean, I could be of help if there's any questions. Absolutely. I will
Awesome.
CC each other, put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, agents, after the webinar, sometime early next week, I'll send you a follow-up email with all the information you guys all need.
Perfect. That's wonderful.
Okay, let me see. There's a lot of great compliments for you both.
Oh,
So scrolling through all of them.
thank you.
Everyone's loving the resort, loving you both.
Oh, love it.
All right.
We're passionate about the island and
Mhm.
its uniqueness. Honestly, I've traveled a lot through the Caribbean. I'm originally from Montreal, but I lived in Curacao, and I've been going to Curacao since 2008. Really at the start, I think the flights with Air Canada began in 2012, 2013. So there weren't many Canadians coming to the island. I was one of the few, right? So the ones that did come had to come through Miami. So I've seen it, I've seen the growth, and it's just wonderful. And what's
That's
beautiful
amazing.
about Curacao is that's still keeping the nature of it. They're preserving it. So, I think there's a lot of awareness to that because, development comes fast, and we have to kind of like make sure it's in balance with nature as well. It's very important.
Awesome. All right, let's see. We have an agent here. She wants to know, is there bike rentals available?
Oh yeah, tons.
Okay.
So you got electric bikes, you got little scooters, you've got just the regular traditional bikes, of course. There's actually tours done with these bikes as well. So you can follow a group. Yeah.
All right, so this is the last question we'll answer for today. Unfortunately, we don't have much time left, but Patricia wants to know, what would you say is the best way to explore the islands?
Wow. Okay. So that's a big question because it depends on the type of traveler. Okay. So it's very easy access to rent a car and it's a beautiful playground to be driving on. Honestly, we drive the same way. So it's not like the British where there's no confusion there. There's amazing roundabouts. So easy driving. And it gives you the opportunity to really stop and go and discover the island. So I would say for those who are comfortable driving, I would say pick up a car at the airport. You've got the Budget, the Thrifty, the Enterprise, the Avis, they're all there. Or you can use more of a local uh, rental car as well. There's many on the island and discover the island. That I would say that's the most beautiful way to explore. The other, of course, is to prepare ahead of time, do a little research and visit, see, okay, do I want to do catamaran tour? Obviously, that's not something you can do by car. So organize a catamaran tour for the day and go visit Klein Curacao, which is a 45-minute ride from the island. It's an inhabited island of Curacao. So you just go there for the day. You have the barbecue on board. You get there, you snorkel, you spend a beautiful day at the beach, and you come back. So tours like that, you need to kind of plan ahead of time. Also, if you want to do like a Jeep safari to the Crisafel Mountains, those are kind of things. Okay, maybe I'll just join a tour for that. So I really know where I'm going and find my way there and join a group to get to the top. And there's a whole experience usually along with that kind of tour. Then of course you've got the walking tours. So you go into town and you can easily just like get lost in the little streets. Like every road leads to Rome. They say you can't get lost. So you kind of go and visit that way, or you can book a walking tour. So those are interesting. So at least you get the scope of the capital, and you understand, how things evolved through history. So there's a lot of art galleries, there's a lot of museums, a lot of little quick stops here and there for pictures. So it might be nice to like also organize those kind of tours. So yeah, because there's so much to visit within, let's say it's a week's time of a vacation. There's so much to see. So you may want to like figure out which tour you want to join and what you want to do on your own. Because you could beach hop like, I don't know, how many beaches a day. It's interesting. That's what's very unique.
Awesome. That sounds amazing. All right, so before we end the webinar, I just want to say thank you both. That was a lovely presentation. I have learned a lot myself. So do you guys have any last minute words you want to say to the agent so they can encourage your clients to book Curacao?
Oh, well, first thing I'd like to say is Bonbini to Curacao. Come and visit, and you'll see for yourself, as the feel it for yourself, as the slogan goes for Curacao Tourism Board. Once you get off that airplane, you feel it right away. It's something in the air, something in the people. You kind of embed yourself easily in the culture and get in with the locals and visit as much as you can. Don't just stay in your hotel. You know, there's a lot to see and discover on this beautiful little island.
Awesome,
That's great.
amazing.
Yes. How about you, Juan? Any last words?
Of course. So I just want to emphasize what Sheila said. She's from Canada and she's in love with the island. She actually lived here, but myself, I'm from Cancun. So I always say to everyone, I escaped from paradise to another paradise. And to be honest, the first time that I saw the ocean from here, I was mind blown. And you know, Cancun is famous for the beach, but I gotta tell you, if you want to see something unique, you have to come here. Everything from the food, the culture, the people, the vibe of the island, it's something that you have to live. And it's a unique destination because there's no place like Curacao. Once you step into downtown, you feel like you were in Europe. Once you see the mix of cultures, because as you know, we're part of the Dutch kingdom, but you'll find the Dutch culture, you'll find the local Caribbean culture. We have a lot of Latin flair as well because we are right in front of Venezuela. We have a lot of people from everywhere living here. If I'm not incorrect, someone told me that we have, I think, 90 nationalities within the island. So it's a beautiful place with a mixture of everything that for sure you have to try. So please, whenever you're ready to come and visit, just do it. And I can guarantee you that you will fall in love with the island.
Perfect. Thank you
I
both.
want to come back, that's for sure. One other comment I've heard a lot from the cruise visitors. You know, they come for the day, they don't expect to see what they're going to see because they're used to getting out of a boat and grabbing a taxi and getting out of the port. But the port itself of Curacao is so beautiful. You can walk right into the city center, right onto that bridge, right into the streets that we saw from that aerial view. So you don't have to get into a taxi and go far. You're right there. So they want to come back. They're like, okay, we just got a little taste of it, and there's so much more to see. So a lot of these cruisers have that experience that they need to come back because they've just scratched the surface.
Awesome. Well, thank you both. And again, agents, the winner will be picked next week and contacted through email. So make sure to look out for that. And again, thank you everyone for joining today. And today was lovely presentation. So we'll see you all I will see all the agents hopefully at the next Travel Week webinar. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a
Bye.
rest of the day.
Thank you,
Excellent
everyone.
rest of the
Bye-bye.
day. Bye.